Hello and welcome to another video. In this one we're going to talk about daily systems in video games. We've got several games open here. We've got MechWarrior Online, we have Guild Wars 2, we have Hearthstone, and we have Warframe. These are all games that I have been experienced with recently and that I actively play, and I can talk about how they do their different daily systems. We're going to look at the visibility of their systems, the ease of use, whether or not it's designed for PvP or PvE, and the variety of missions that they have. And we're going to give all of this as a summary of what MechWarrior Online can take from these other games in order to improve its systems, as I truly believe a robust daily system with login rewards and some interesting activities will get people logging in and playing the game every single day, which is what's going to keep the game alive and what's going to serve to really bolster the community. But to start off, let's just do a summary of what MechWarrior Online has currently. Now, in case you haven't noticed this one, because it's relatively new if you haven't played the game for a few months, we have a new special events button. It's down here at the bottom, and you click on it and it brings up this special events browser. We have three different tabs: the recent, active, and future, which obviously it's future, present, and past for the different events. We can look at the past events. There's different Mechtober challenges, there's the Go Ballistic challenges. The active event right now is in Mechtober Day 5, and the future events are some faction play stuff and Mechtober Day 6, which should start in a few hours. Now, all you have to do to figure out what you need to do these is click into them, and it says get 5 kills in quick play. You just need 5 kills, and you get a Black Radio Warhorn, and you get 500,000 Z-bills. Well, that's great. You log in, you play sometimes, maybe that's a single match if you had a really great match, or it's, a few matches, get a 1 or 2 kills per match. Eventually, yeah, you're going to have that thing done. It's not a really difficult challenge. It's not like the ones in the past where it's like, do something and stay alive and all that kind of stuff, and then you only have to do it once. So this is something that you can just go and play. And this is a great example of what I think is a good daily to put in MechWarrior Online, and we're going to get to some examples of things that I think are bad dailies to put in MechWarrior Online. But we're going to look at some of the other systems we have here. So we're going to go through each of these games in order, and we're just going to profile how their systems work. So let's start off. What's next? Warframe. So this is the game that I've been relatively obsessed with recently, and it has a couple things that MechWarrior Online does not. This right here is the daily login reward. So I basically just logged into my account, and I haven't touched anything since there. I played 137 days of this. My God. Not in total time, but just days I've logged in. And I clicked to open my little thing here, and I got 10 Oxium. It's a resource that I can use to build stuff in the game. Now, it doesn't really have like daily missions that are only available for that one particular day. It has these alerts, and you can go in here and you can click these buttons up here, and we can go to different things. There's my active quests. There's these alerts, which give you an additional reward for doing that particular mission. So say I wanted to go and do a survival, probably means staying alive on that mission for 10 minutes consecutively while infinite enemies spawn. You get an additional 11,000 credits, and you get a thing called a Kubro egg, which is an item for the game. But there's a whole bunch of these little dailies, and every single time you log in, there's probably just a bunch of stuff to do that draws your attention. Now, this is really great for Warframe because this is a co-op game. It's PvE only. There is a PvP part, but as far as I know, that's sort of like just a side to the game. Majority of players just do PvE content. So these are great because if I click on this, it's going to take me to that mission, and I have my matchmaking set to public. It's going to automatically put me into a strike team that we can go and do that mission with. So having these alerts and events and things like that draws players together on a specific location so they can cooperate. And I think that is one of the great strengths of Warframe, and that make it so that at any time the game always feels populated, because there are these alerts and these things going, hey, go over here. There's people playing in these zones. Look, they're great sort of thing. Like Helene Saturn is a meso fissure for a certain thing you can do here. And if we pan over that, it says open squads 6. So there's 6 squads of 4 that are, or not really 4, because they have 6 squads on there that have open slots, up to 4, that you can join them right now. Click on the thing and go and join and play the game. So that's one of the things I just love about Warframe, that I think somehow we can incorporate that into MechWarrior Online to get people to group up automatically. Maybe something where we go, hey, there's an event to a specific thing. You just click on it in the main page and it automatically launches faction play and puts you into a queue to do that event. Maybe something like that, or have something that it's like, I click on it and it automatically puts you into a group queue and boom, puts you into a group, and you guys can be like, hey, we're doing this mission, everyone knows we're doing this mission, so grab your mechs and let's go. Some sort of automatic grouping feature that we could maybe integrate with the LFG. But moving on from Warframe, what do we got next? We have Hearthstone. So Hearthstone has these quests. You come down here, the quest log, and you click on them, and you ignore my rank. I haven't played Hearthstone in a while. But you have these 3 quests at any one time. So right now, if I play, clicked off. If I play a paladin or a priest and I get 2 wins, I'm going to get 40 gold. That's great. I actually like playing priest, so I really like this quest. Watch and learn, watch a friend in spectator mode. I have no friends. So what I can do is I'm going to re-roll this quest. I'm going to click this button here, and I can do this once per day. And I can try to get a new quest. And boom, Priest Mastery. Play 50 Priest cards. This is great. I have synergy between my quests. I want to go play Priest now. It's given me sort of like that mini expedition to do. That mini role. I can go play a Priest today. And just so happens that's my favorite class. So I'm really excited, and I'm going to play Hearthstone after this. Other things they do with their dailies is once you've consumed all of your cards, you get 1 back per day. And so what you can do is you can log in basically once every 3 or 4 days, play your quests, and then log out, and then wait 3 or 4 more days, and your quests will sort of accumulate. And you don't have to log in every day. It allows you to play Hearthstone every few days, maybe like twice a week, but do all of the quests of a person who is playing every single day. So that way, you don't have to log in every day. It's a little more flexible for a person who doesn't have as much time. But we want people to log in every day because that gets people playing. It's just an interesting concept that makes it a little bit more flexible for your person there. Moving on to Guild Wars 2. Now this one, it's an MMO. So it has a huge quest system. And you can take a look here, the hero panel. When we bring up the achievements, it has daily login rewards, and it's on this track here that slowly increases every single day until you get a great big chest of loyalty for logging in for 30 consecutive days. Now, not consecutive, you don't have to log in every single day. It's just 30 days that you have logged in. And in the end, you get this chest of loyalty, and it has a really interesting thing in it. It has a permanent 2% increase for gold find on your account. I think we could do something like this in MechWarrior Online. If you had a daily login, and then every 30 days you get just on your account 1% additional C-bills. I don't think that would actually be that powerful. Because, so 30 days you get 1%. What would that take? It would take 300 days to get 10%. It would take basically a year to get like 12% increase. But that's logging in every single day. I think that might be a decent thing. You're just basically having a player who is very active. They're not going to worry about their C-bills as much because they're always logging in and playing matches. Maybe you could have that 1% increase thing, like, to account for the day. They have to complete their dailies, so it's not like they just need to log in like they do in Guild Wars 2. There's a difference here as well, because a lot of the rewards you get in Guild Wars 2 are not in the form of gold, so you get them in form of materials. So I get like a patch of leather or a scrap of silk, and I would use that to craft armor, or I'd get some metal and wood and I'd craft a weapon out of that. So MechWarrior Online is basically all about the C-bill. So unless we had some sort of like salvage and crafting system that we could take some of the C-bill rewards away from just C-bills and put them into stuff, maybe the increase in C-bills might be too much, but it's just an idea. But they have also this huge daily system. We have all of these choices to do dailies in, and they cover the different aspects of the game. We have PvE Dailies, where it's just go and do stuff in the environment. We have PvP Dailies, so it's like daily tournament participator, or, you know, top stats in a PvP match. Then we have another PvP style called World v World, and 4 dailies for that as well. And if you complete any three of these, you get an additional reward of some spirit shards, which are a count-bound item, and a little bit of gold, and a little bit of a sort of account achievement points, although MechWarrior doesn't have anything like that. I really enjoy this because it allows me to log in and I take a look at this and I go, okay, we'll ask on Vista Viewer. You just view a vista at one of the following maps. Oh, I happen to be in front of those. I just click the view and it shows me the vista, a nice little cinematic. I've seen this before, so I'll close it. And then it gives me an update right here. This is one of the things I think that I'm going to start talking about now that I've shown off these systems, is stuff you can take from them and put into MechWarrior Online. We saw this little update that popped up right there. As soon as I did the thing, there was an update saying, hey, you did a thing, you got some progress, look, you're daily completionist, this daily here is now 33%. Also, it's on my main screen as I'm playing, so I always know my status on it. Where with MechWarrior Online currently, I have to come back to this page and click into Mechtober day 5 to see how many kills I've gotten done so far, which it breaks the flow because I have to come from the main page here, out of my game, click, you know, if this isn't open, click, click. I have 3 clicks before I figure out whether or not I have made any progress here. Where with something like Guild Wars 2, no clicks. It's right there. It's on my screen. So something along those lines that I think MechWarrior might take is, honestly, does anyone need this currently selected battle mech information? Really, I've never used it. This, like, experience transfer here, I have never, ever used that experience transfer. And I'm honestly asking, do people care about that currently selected mech? I played enough. I damn well know this is my lacerator. I don't need the game to tell me, because I know that. I know it's not skilled because I haven't put any money into it yet. I haven't played it very much yet. Like, having this open or having this closed makes no difference to me. But if we had the daily information in this little tab here that said, like, it doesn't even have to be, like, interactive or anything, just showed me what the particular daily was for today and showed me my progress, that would be very useful. They do similar things in Hearthstone, where after you complete one of these quests, and, you know, I could go and play one of these matches, but it would just take too long. It'd be way too long of a video already. It will show you right after the match, hey, you played 7 priest cards. You're 7 out of 50. As soon as your match finishes. So that way you know, hey, there we go. I know how far I am. And also, if you complete it, it'll go, hey, boom, it'll show you this bag of gold in front of you and say, you completed this quest. Here's your money. So you don't have to do any additional clicks in order to get your rewards. And it's like that as well in Warframe. If I went and did one of these alerts, they would just add that alert bonus money and items into the already existing sort of reward page at the end of the match. I wouldn't have to come out of the match, go into another screen, and then see what my reward was. So I think that visibility and that ease of use of the system is really important for making a daily system work. But moving on, we're going to talk about the difference between PvP and PvE dailies and how variety clicks into that. Because we have 2 PvP games open and 2 PvE. We have MechWarrior and Hearthstone for PvP, and we have Warframe and Guild Wars for PvE. Important things they do in player versus environment games is that these missions here, such as Devil's Seclusion mini dungeon, which I'm actually going to go do as I talk about this, is in a co-op game, they push you towards being in a co-op experience. So clicking on the thing here, not only does it bring me right to it just by doing it there, but also there's people doing the event, and very nice people, mesmers, which give the ability to portal people around, are just complete the event for you. And they're helping people out, and it's a community helping each other do the event. So we can see, I just got it done. I get the special chest, I click on here, I get my reward, and because this is co-op, we want every single person to have the exact same daily, because it creates these areas of focus that make it easy for players to coordinate and team up and do stuff together, and it makes the game feel populated. Because if you go to some random corner of some random map out in the middle of nowhere, like if you just went out and just sat over here over this lake or whatever, you wouldn't see another player for like an hour because there's no events there. There's no things going on. So that makes that part of the game feel dead. But having these events cooperative brings people together. That is why having the same thing for PvE is good, but it can be detrimental for PvP. Can you imagine in Hearthstone if every single player in the game got the same quest to play a particular class? Like every single player just got a quest to play anything. What? Druid. Although there are people are, if you know about the metagame of Hearthstone right now, a lot of people play Druid, but if every single player got a Druid thing, people would just be like, I don't want to play today, because all it's going to be is Druids. Because everybody would be playing the same thing. Having the same quest doesn't work for PvP very well. It depends on the type of quest. If it's just like things that are more general, like say play 20 beasts, that can be okay, because there's beasts in practically all of the classes. But if it's playing something like Priest Mastery, if every single player out there had these 3 quests, you would see nothing but Priest. And certain people would go, I really don't want to play this right now, because I hate playing against Priest. It would be the exact same as if in MechWarrior Online, you had a daily that said, get 10 kills with LRMs. And people who know the game will understand, oh, that would be a shitty day. You wouldn't want to play the game that day because everybody would be using one particular weapon system, and a particular weapon system that a good portion of the community doesn't like. So what I really hope happens for dailies in MechWarrior Online is that they make some sort of random generation system. And just like in Hearthstone here, they have a set group of quests, and you randomly get 3 of them or something along those lines. So they don't have to like manually create the thing every single day. They just sit down, they make like 200 or 300 of them. And then every single day when you log in, you randomly get 3 of them to play on. Or like 2 of them, or whatever it is. 1 of them. It doesn't matter the quantity. It's just the fact that not every single player will be making every single will be playing that same thing, because it can be very damaging for the player versus player games. But I think that's it in general from all these different games of what I wanted MechWarrior Online to take from them. In summary, we need better visibility. We got click, we've got, if this is closed, click, click, in order to figure out what the daily is done. That should be on the main page. After the daily is complete, we have to come back here and redeem. Redeeming should be automatic, and the updating of that information of how far are you in that reward should be automatic as well. And that we shouldn't have these quests that, if I can find a good example in here, that one's fine. 20 components, get a headshot kill. It's kind of a fluky thing, so maybe people will be running Flamer Novas that day, so you don't want to play on it. You know, if you had a quest like get so much damage in LRMs, people would just go, oh, that's a shitty quest, I don't want to play. And if your daily system makes people say they don't want to play, it is doing the exact opposite of what it's supposed to do. And then institute some sort of login, because you need to get people to just come onto the game. And then, with a high visibility daily system, they'll see, oh hey, I'm just going to play a little bit. Didn't expect to, but hey, there's an easy event, it's got a good reward. So we need a daily login system a la Guild Wars, or like this here, or Warframe. And then we need sort of the PvP type randomized dailies that we have in Hearthstone, and they need the visibility of all three of them, well, mainly Guild Wars, for its automatic right here. You can see what you need to do next. But this has gone on way too long. It has been a ranty video, but that is the information I wanted to get across, and hopefully we get an amazing daily system, and it's one of my hopes and wants for 2018. But that is it for now. Thanks for watching and listening, and good hunting.